when you order a coffee, you can have an espresso shot, or you can dilute that with water to get an Americano. And you can then add some cold milk if you want, and that gives you the white Americano. Or if you add hot milk to the espresso, you can have a flat white. If you add some milk foam to that, you get a latte. Even more foam, a cappuccino. And you can add chocolate, technically, if you want to have a mocha, but that's pretty much it. Oh, except, of course, you have coffee at home. And this is the staple of the coffee world, instant coffee, with or without milk, giving you white or black coffee, and then ground coffee in a cafetiere or similar will give you white and black filter coffee. But that's it. Now the problem is, because there are so many ways to order coffee, each with different amounts of caffeine, it can be difficult to keep track of just how much caffeine you're ingesting. In fact, when ordering, you might want to bring this diagram with you to help clear things up. Okay, so coffee is a rich and varied beverage, but what does it do to your health? Well, in February 2014, the scientific journal Public Health Nutrition published a meta-study of over 1 million people, and they found that the people who had 1 cup of coffee a day had better health effects than those who didn't have any. In medical terms, they had a lower all-cause mortality. Now, this could be because coffee provides some kind of health benefit. Studies have shown that coffee may reduce the risk of type 2 diabetes, Alzheimer's, and Parkinson's disease, as well as improving athletic performance and contributing to your daily fluid intake. And those that had 2 cups of coffee a day were even better off than those who had 1. All-cause mortality continues to drop right up until a moderate coffee intake of 4 to 5 cups per day. And above that, when it starts to rise back up again, it still stays below the original level for no coffee for a very long time. Finally, caffeine, or as its friends know it, 1,3,7-trimethylxanthine. Now, coffee contains caffeine, which in moderation is great, but like many things, too much is never a good thing. Current European guidance is 400 milligrams of caffeine per day, or if you're pregnant or breastfeeding, no more than 200 milligrams just to be safe. But what does 400 milligrams of caffeine actually look like? Well, here's roughly how many coffee beans you would have to have 400 milligrams of caffeine. So you could wake up in the morning, eat this many beans, and then you're done for the day. But that is a terrible idea for so many reasons. And frankly, drinking coffee is a lot more fun. I find it strange that people have a pretty good idea of what a standard alcoholic beverage size is, so they can moderate their alcohol intake, but they don't know what a standard coffee cup size is. Many people will estimate a standard coffee cup to be between 200 and 250 milliliters, when it's actually only 125 milliliters. Over half of coffee drinkers find it difficult to track how much caffeine they consume over the day through coffee because of all the different types of coffee beverages and the variety of cup sizes available. But we can fix that by looking at the 3 main types. As we know, most coffee shop beverages are based on an espresso. This is our first standard beverage, and an espresso has about 60 milligrams of caffeine. Well, actually, most coffee shop beverages are based on a double espresso. On top of that, it doesn't matter how much water, hot, cold milk, syrup, sugars, crumbled up bits of cookie, whatever else you add to it, a double espresso beverage will have about 120 milligrams of caffeine. This means 3 high street coffees will get you to about 400 milligrams of caffeine. At home, you have instant coffee, and now all bets are off. It depends how much coffee you put in the cup for how much caffeine you then have. You can have 4 teaspoons of instant coffee however you want for around 400 milligrams of caffeine. Filtered coffee varies the most because it depends how much coffee you had in the water before the ground coffee was filtered out. But in general, for a 125 milliliter cup of coffee, you're going to get approximately 85 milligrams of caffeine. For a larger mug, that goes up to 140 milligrams. But in general, for filter coffee, the larger the beverage, the more the caffeine. So there you have it. An espresso shot has 60 milligrams of caffeine. A rounded teaspoon of instant coffee is 60 to 100 milligrams, and a mug of filter coffee is 140 milligrams. This means 400 milligrams of caffeine equates to 3 double espresso beverages, or 3 mugs of filter coffee, or about 4 mugs of instant coffee, or of course, any other combination if you mix and match